hate that orientation lock thing. What's up, guys? We're building a bathroom closet here. I got a lot of trim to do in this place, so I'm gonna hop right to it. We've already got our marks. As you can see, marks all down this wall. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves. First one starts pretty high, and then the rest go equal and evenly distributed. The vanity is going to be here. That's the vanity there. I got it all blocked off, covered up because I was painting. I'm not going to take that off till I know for sure I'm done painting. I had to add this HVAC in here the other day. That was to heat this room up here. For some reason they took it apart. I also have to add in another HVAC duct like that going straight in. That's going to the bathroom upstairs. I got to go into that dining room on the other side of this wall. So, bathroom shelves going in. Let's get some measurements. Why is this doing this? Sorry, you're on a tripod. I ought to just put my chest. Hang on, here we go. Better. Alright. Found a good spot. Probably over here would be best. That will be best. Okay. I gotta get some measurements. Check it out. You can go right online, grab yourself, where to fit for your business. So what I'll do, I'll just make sure this runs true the whole way. It should. I built it, but I built both of these walls actually. They're supposed to be level, but you never know. Stuff happens. So 26 3/8. Yeah, it's gonna run 26 1/4 the whole way. It gets a tiny bit smaller, like I'm talking a 32nd of an inch each one. So I can actually do that in succession. Okay, I need a sweat rag. Starting to get sweaty. And then we already know, so it's going to be 17-inch run on the ones that are poking out. So we're going to need 8 of those and 4 of the others. I'll just do a good fat quarter and we can cut them down if we have to. And I'll label them. Alright, so here's my system. We've got, that's the wood that we're going to use. And I don't want you guys to get hit, but I want you guys to see everything. I might just leave you here, because that's the shelf. And I can just pivot you like that, so that you can see everything. For just a rough in, and then we'll go over here to this station, and we'll sand and round over all the stuff. Trash away. We're using basically strapping stock. It's literally just pine strapping, but really, I just got this to do my roof, and I realized it's literally the same thing that I was using there, and it's the same size, which is kind of weird, like quirky and weird, coincidental. Literally the same thickness. So I was taking 4 1/2s and ripping them down, but I've got all this stock and I've got a big shelf to make, so I'm thinking I ought to just use this because it's what I need, and I'd rather not cut down a bunch of hardwood. dog, Odin. Odin puppy. Oh. That's a good grain right there. Okay. Drop to 45. Ooh, that needs some grease. Dang, girl. Yeah, I gotta tighten these up a little better. Over here. So I'm just gonna rip all this small stock a little smaller, because as you can see, it's got rough edges. And yes, I can sand that, but it'll look better, be more formal, and actually be a little quicker if I just cut them. So you always want your table saw blade, the teeth just above the stalk that you're ripping, and that will allow your teeth to rake all the chips out that it's cutting. Yes, it blows back at you. That's just the con, one of the cons of having to run a table saw. But I love table saws. Okay. So I'm gonna rip this down. I'm not gonna take a lot. I'm just really just gonna shave this edge, and I'll do every one of them. That way they're all the same size at the end. Once you do it to one, you gotta do it all. Oh, it'd be nice if she was plugged in. Dang, she's all twisted up. It's been a while since I've been doing carpentry. I've been out doing mechanics on my plow truck and just electronics and all kinds of other stuff outside, roofing, deer hunting. So now I can get back to this, which will be nice. Get this apartment done and get some revenue in the house, you know. There's one fatal mistake that always happens with a table saw. One, people will stop midway and it'll put a little saw mark on this. If you run your board constant in fluid that never stops at all, it'll never have a saw blade mark on it. That's where you get saw blade marks, is when the board stops and the saw is allowed to make it an impression. That's one thing, good tip. Another one, when you're done, when you got that board all the way through, I should have a roller system. I should put my rollers up. Right here. So these rollers right here. Oh, all right, I'm gonna put you down for a sec. Just get that board to show me where it's gonna be. And I just wanna be barely right there to grab it when it falls. Again. So you always want to make sure that when you finish your cut right here, obviously finger out of the way, but right at the end, right there, this blade doesn't have pressure against it anymore, and all its pressure against that, if it's at all left or right, which it has every right to swing left and right when it's out of the fence. That's going to kiss it right at the end there, and it's going to make it just a wee bit thinner. It'll give it this weird little tiny graze. So there's another thing to look out for. Make sure your board exits your table saw all the way nice and straight, and you won't have that little graze at the end. All right, so now let's see what I got here. Maybe I can put you over here the way you see everything. Okay. You know what's weird? When I look at the camera, all my followers leave. That makes me think that it might be women, because I don't know. I don't get it. Every time I look at the camera, they leave. It must mean I'm ugly. I don't know. But the weird thing is I can't see you guys. The only things I can see is like when people comment, but I can't see like people on the feed. Alright, I'm just making sure I gotta set up a cut line here. Alright, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. A lot of that stuff was just too rough. So what I did was I took it down. So I found the worst edge on each board and made sure to even them out. And now they're all the same size because I ran them all at once through the fence in the same exact whatever. So first I want to make sure what I'm cutting is actually going to get the best board foot, because these are all just scraps literally from strapping a roof. But if you're going to trim your house with pine, this is literally 3/4 pine trim. So here we go. And I'm using the pine to do all my trim, so it's the same exact board. Oh, where did I'll be right back. Gotta get a sweatband going here. I always wear these for the sweat, not because I think I'm cool. It's literally because I sweat crazy down my sideburns and my forehead, and the sweat goes in my eyeballs. I got two. See, I should have another hat here. What did I take them all inside? It's my first day back on the trim finished job, so excuse me. That went into a trash can. So, what did we say? 41 1/4? I'll go back and check. That was the last closet. 26 1/4. And we know we're gonna need a bunch of 17s. 17 plus 17 is 34. So let's just see how many close we got to 34. That one's probably best to use for our poke out holders. Well, 26 plus 26 is obviously 52, so that's close. It ain't gonna get one though, but it might get 3 for a poke out, so 34 is right there, 2 inches off. So I'm best to just use this for 2 of my rear horizontals. This will be best for poke outs. This is probably going to be another one good for rear horizontals. Yep. Another rear. I need 4 rear horizontals. Now this is going to be another rear, so I need 1 more, which will end up being pulled out of this. But look at that, a bunch of roofing scrap. Just pine strapping, same exact, like as if I were to rip this big board down. It's the same exact thing, I just rip it in smaller strips. Or a 1x4. That's all this is 1x4 and a half, 1x5, ripped down, right down the middle. See? That's all they do. And then they sell it to you as strapping. I don't think you get any discount either. Usually they have cheaper strapping, like a whole different material, whole different way of everything. But up here, that's all they carry. Which, to be honest, it's actually good, because this is the best strapping you can buy. Nice and sturdy. And it's formal, and it's, yeah, sturdier, way thicker. So it will hold, it'll hold your lines and hold your grade and hold your depth way better too. But also, it's trimming out the house, which is pretty cool. Alright, so I'm checking, yeah, it's a little wiggly there, but that's going to be flattened. So this will be my face. Always check your board, just see what the board is doing. Because if you might not see it there, but if you look at it and flip it and twist it and flip it and look down the whole rail of it, you're going to find, I got to grease that. Holy crap, that's too much. I usually have I just haven't actually greased that nut in a while. Ooh, it's nice and warm out. There's the aluminum roof that we put on. What should I use? I like silicone. Yeah, I'm gonna go get silicone. I got a bunch of silicone. So I'll get some brake cleaner in there, and then we'll, yeesh, I don't got much left. I don't have much left. But we don't want to get this on our wood, because it will spoil our wood a little bit. What I'm going to do, and I don't want to get it on the wall either, but I need to get this. So I'm using brake cleaner. To just clean the sawdust out of there. 4th. See how it's already starting to come out of it a little bit. We may need to just pull this right out of here and put some hard grease on it. Let's see. I click the button so that it'll go left and right. Now I'm just going to get some silicone. Backside. It's going to need hard grease. It's got all that sawdust in there. It's working a lot better. It's less, way less retentive. Doesn't have much. It's not so hard to turn the dang thing. I think it just has sawdust in there. I think it still does have sawdust in there. It's a great thing to use up the rest of these 2 cans. I have very little amount of fluid in here, so I'll use up what I got. Okay. Oh yeah. All right, now I'm gonna go grab the hard grease. Be right back. So, kind of weird, but, well, it's not weird at all, but coincidental, I use sawdust inside my hard grease tub, and I just keep it in a tub so that it doesn't leak everywhere. It's actually a cat box, but so now I'm just going to squeeze some grease in there. A lot of moving parts. Might as well get it greased up well. Okay, let's just try that. Now I just gotta move this back and forth a few times. And that hard grease will end up kind of marinating everywhere. And that cleaned it out nice. And it works way better now. Once time this got clogged up so bad because I was cutting AZEC with it, and then I'd switch to wood, and the mix of them just don't like each other. Anyway, so bad I had to take it apart, and there was literally like a whole other plastic gasket made from the AZEC dust that had heated up over time and created a different seal, and it got clogged up in here, and I had to take it all apart, clean it out. I got it all cleaned out, but so all that fluid down there. Let's put sawdust in there, and it'll catch it. All right. We get back to the rust. Oh. Yeah. So how's it going, everybody? I got 0 people in here. 5 likes. That's not bad. Let's get some stuff going. So 26.25 is what the dollar is. 26.25 is the dollar. All right. Select. It's going to want up here. Now, why did I do that? That's for the bottles and spit. I didn't say that. Anyway, I gotta check. Square. Perfectly square. $26.25. Okay. $26.25. That's one of them. Next. What in the hell did I do wrong? Looks like I'm gonna have to take 26.25 off each one of these. 26.25. Oh yeah, because I thought it was 40. Oh my God, what a silly boy. Silly, silly, silly boy. 52. None of these 52 were down. So, I'll take 26.25 off each one of these and we'll call it good. I need a bucket right there. I love buckets. Instead of having to pick up a bunch of trash on the floor and just throw things in the bucket, clean the bucket later. That was smoked. We're gonna clean that up. Okay. 26.25. okay to go a little heavy at first if you just don't go too small, because you can't give the wood back. So each one of these will end up being a 17. So in the end of the day, I ended up doing it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Nolte, nolte. Block 46 1/4. Those are all my rear horizontals. Now I need 8 at 17. 8 at 17. And this is going to be a square cut. So what I'm going to do, get all these the way I like them, and then I'll put it up square and cut them all. Come on now, don't do that to me. It's always good to pull your wood away from the saw before you lift it on an angle cut, because it likes to lay down on it. Just heavy. It's not lazy, it's just a little heavy. Just pull that wood away a little bit with your saw. Always selecting wood and making sure I got a good solid face, finished face for the trim. Like this here, it's got that little edge here that won't matter because we're going to round it over. I'll pull, let's see, I'll end up being 17. This is kind of junk over here, so I'm trying to see if I can pull back a little bit. Oh yeah, all kinds of totally tubular, man. Alright, it's a little, she's a little schmuck. It's an extra cut. It's always worth it to just do your 45 and then cut it square edge off of it. It's always guesswork until you have your finish to pull from. I've learned over the years. Always guesswork unless you're actually pulling from the 45 itself. You want to make sure you have your board nice and flat down against the table when you cut. Because it'll do these rolls and it'll make your cut one square. Just think you got two different angles going here. Perpendicular and horizontal. 45. Three, it's a little shy, that's smart. You get two out of that, I need one more, I could use that. We'll see. Okay. What did I do wrong? Oh, I was born. That's right. Shouldn't have been born, Travis. Alright, just kidding. Mama said alligators are on there because they got all those toothbrush. Alright, so I really don't want that on there. That looks way better. I'm going to pull off this angle. I have my four there that I need. That's good, great, grand, wonderful. Roll flag. So we have 8 and 4. These are the arms for each of these shelves. Now, let's go sand them and give them roundovers where they need roundovers. Basically, all finish edge that you see on the outside edges will have nice roundovers. This is like a cheap way to make your trim look kind of nice. Won't have beautiful crown molding, which I could do. I have the rotors, the router bits for it. But, to be honest, I just like a roundover. The reason I'm doing it is for ergonomics, kind of just makes it feel and look nice. Okay, let's put this drill bit back where it belongs. Close this off so we can, that is going to be a huge help. Okay, so we got Festool, that sanding pad's looking pretty smoked. Let's see here. Sanding pads, they're in the trailer. I mean, yeah, it'll work. Let's just run it. And then we got this here, PLZhit with a 3/8 inch roundover. I like to sand first. You know what? I'm gonna do the roundovers first, and then I'll sand. But I like to do a pre-sand usually, just because, like, I don't know, like that, I guess. kind of feel the wood out, figure out where I gotta go with it. And I like to mark them as well. So, if I see any inconsistencies, like this needs to be a right side. So let's mark this right side. So that's lay them just like I'm gonna see them, that way I don't mistake them. That wants to be another right side. So if I'm going to round over edges, I might as well take the worst edge. This can be a left side. I want that away from the nails. So I'll take that on right. Okay. These are good lefties. That's got to be right. Which means this, it's kind of funny. This is a good lefty. Okay. We have our 4 rights. Now let's figure out tops and bottoms for these. It's a good top man. Top. Okay. So those are all there. These all had their bad edges on the inside edges. The way I'm looking at it, the way I'm going to install it, so that I put my rotor down on it correctly. Here we go. There it is. That's all finished. It'll be like that. Lovely. So, let's swap this real quick. So, when you're running this RotoZit, I want to show you something. On the butt ends, So this only spins one way. It's constantly. And it'll flick this grain, flick it right off. You can literally rip this thing right to shreds. So what I do, I let the spinning of this, the RPMs, what am I doing? I let the spinning of this so fast do all the work. Just like anything, you want to let your saw do the work. You don't want to force it. You want to let that saw just go right through the wood at its own pace. So when I round this over, okay, it only goes one way, so you want to follow that way, down the grain, instead of into the grain. And also the same thing with this. You just want to barely, I like to go in at the middle and slowly come. If you go too fast, it's going to flick this whole grain right off. You can do the same thing here too. Flick it right off. So go nice and slow. And at that same token, you still can't ever guarantee that it's going to do what you want. There's on my left. Now I'm going to do our right. Okay, so those are all my rights. And as you can see, I have a system. I'm making sure that those are literally looking at me the way that they will install. When you have things that have like different angles like this and, butt ends and all this, it has to be very specific. So I've learned to categorize that in my head. I even do this when I draw. If I draw it out, I'll make sure that I'm drawing it the way I look at it. And then when I cut it, I'll look at it the way you know what I'm saying? So you need to distinguish to yourself what side is that gonna go here? What, so it's a system, you gotta, that's the best way that I do it, that I can figure out how to do it in a nice system. And I wish that this camera would do horizontal. I don't know why it won't. It sucks. For real. Back, guys. Sorry about that. I think I have you guys sitting there the right way. All right. Now I gotta sand these. So I'm gonna blow this off, just get the grains out of here. Oh well, son. Why'd you go running off that way? I flipped the whole stack right over one by one. The whole thing. All right. So as you can see, quite a bit of them have rough marks on them. They were literally roof strapping, so I don't really. I'm just gonna get it nice and cleaned up. already do the round over on this? I don't think so. Alright, the left sides are done. Lovely. So now, I'm going to do all the right sides. You see I cut that a little bit. It's controversial, however, it helps the angle sit. You know what I'm saying? If you're stuck in that corner and the corner has caulking or extra paint buildup or something silly, no one's ever going to see it down in there because it's all going to be covered. And it just helps the board. It gives me space and room to basically manipulate it where I need it to go and keep my seam nice and tight. So you're looking for a perfect seam with no gaps and cracks. And it just helps keep that seam. Gives me room to make sure the seam is tight. Now, if that was a finished edge, like if that was going somewhere that someone would see it, like on a door frame or something, never, obviously, ever do that. However, it's going to be a shelf with a board on it in the deep side of a corner. That's going to, no one will ever see that ever. Isn't that perfect? Well then. Nice stack for you. almost there. I gotta sand my rear horizontals. Then we can go install these things, put shelves on them and call it good. more. That's done. Now, now we're going to bring it in. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab a work platform. I need to grab one of those. We'll use that as well. So. We'll use this as a little table in there. Just to organize everything. Bring this left. These are the right sides. So I will go in and pin everything right to each line. Do all the rears first. Well, I gotta get a bucket or something. Alright. So all of these boards are gonna go there. And then we'll put those big wide boards on top and we'll make nice shelves. So if you don't mind, I wish I had a better camera setup. I have a GoPro, but I haven't figured out how to make it go live and all that crap yet. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm just waiting. Alright, I've already got lines, level lines marked. So I'll go by those. And I'm not going to reef these right in here super hard. I'll just put 2, that way I can move them around. This is just a finished gun. Ooh, I gotta be careful. I grabbed a hold of my... Oh yeah. We're gonna be changing angles. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, what a smart ass. This is why you don't do that. Okay, I gotta go swap degree. Not cool, mate. So all of them will be off now because I didn't just do a test run. I should have grabbed a demo. That'll still be solid. I'm running it. I don't even care anymore. But that reminds me every time, gotta make sure you remember your angle. I've just been doing mechanical and electric to mechanics. It's just been, and deer hunting. I gotta get my head back in the game. Where? Gosh. Gotta get my head back in the game, cat. True. That line. Okay. We'll get that finger flush. On this outward now. I'm going to put that bead just a little off to the right so that my shelf stays proud. You don't want your shelf, there's going to be weight on it, and over time it'll get weaker. So, not super proud, but like 32nd of an inch proud, 16th of an inch proud, something like that. All the way. Left side. Oh, I gotta cut these. Let's go see if that will work. Oh, I should have just put a bevel square on there and ran a demo to see what my angle was before I assumed that it was a perfect 45. But it'll still look good. It'll still look good. I would have had these right perfect if I just put my bevel square on there. I did with the other corners, the other closets, and I just got thinking mass production, said, oh, I can do all this at once. They're already ripped. Let's just sand them all and get them all prepared. It's about speed, right? No, it's not about speed, ever. Remember to make that bead just a little proud. Find level and go up some. Nails. We gotta grab nails. I figured I would find the meat to that. Look at that. Perfect. Now I'll take all these full sticks, slide them on in. And this one I'll keep out because I'll use that up next run around. I'm using 2-inch. As you can see, I've got one of every size. I don't think 2-inch are even more expensive. I just you want to grab 3/4 and then another 5/8. Make sure that you're grabbing into the stud too. So you're gonna lose 1.5 inches almost with an angle. Probably even more than 1.5 inches if you're angling. So there's quite a bit you're gonna lose just getting through the product, and then you gotta get into the stud if there is stud available. So I'm thinking I probably ought to tight bond this stuff. I don't know. Maybe just put one strip of tight bond in, especially on the lower stuff, because they're gonna want to pull up and grab. Kids try to climb. I gotta make it as strong as possible. All right, I've got that. Bring the old ashtray in here. You know what? I'm just gonna do my shelves as I go so I don't have to fight. No, that's gonna end up making it worse. Okay. So I got my tight bond. It's just almost gone. Bring this over here. I wish I could do a horizontal. this stuff out. I'm not remaking stock to make those corners look good. I mean, I could rip them down to make them fit at the seam. I mean, I guess I could do that very well, very easily as well. Just rip them down to that thickness. It'd have to be on the front side, and I'd have to re-roll them. I don't even care. It's the back of a closet. I'm over it. I mean, I do care. Obviously, I would have done it right the first time if I wasn't showing off. But it is what it is. So I'm pulling that tight bond nice and flat, so I have good adhesion kind of formally. Work it in, make sure I'm getting a good grab. Now, when that cures, that'll actually be tighter than any nail. This has to be perfect. I did these lines with a laser level. I shot the ladder way back. I put a laser in here so I could do easier transfers. That's great. Let me hang that up. I think I should put a couple of screws in that. Did that again. Oh, buddy. A lot of ambition. And I just get bogged down. Friggin' Lyme disease got me bad. Real bad. Alright. So we'll cut this angle because I'm a loser and didn't get a bevel square on the angle to find out which angle it was. I just cut everything at 45 like a rookie. put it in, it's gonna look good. I'll be done with it. It's functioning. That's the biggest thing. It is functioning. Strip right there. Okay, the right side, check the angle. Of course, it was a 40 degree. Well, to be honest, it was probably like 42 and a half if I just done both angles, it would have met right. Okay, check. Good. You gotta be fucked. We want it nice and proud. Not super proud. We're talking like 1/16 of an inch more. That way, over time, when people yank on it and rip it down, it'll stay true. We want this thing to stay nice and true. Okay. That's my, where tight bond these in, just for added structure. Stop the resistance, literally. Stop the resistance against the nail. Set that in there good. Cover my line. Give her a tap. Alright. Level. This needs to be perfectly level. how did that happen? Just the nail gun itself slid it out of. So we take. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could replace these. That's awesome. Yeah, replace that level too. Holy smokes. Okay, let's get this. Let's get this straight, jabroni. Alright. Plenty of nails in that sucker. Now, check the angle. Ugh, they all just gotta be cut. But I'm not just gonna cut them because I just learned that lesson. That one may even want more. Just a hair. Couple, maybe 1 degree. What's up? Derek, you take care. Thanks for doing all that extra. We do appreciate it. How'd you get that venison into you?
I got it in my freezer. I'm gonna have it this weekend. I got home at.
Dude, make a chili.
Yeah.
Tacos. Spaghetti, but when you do spaghetti, just remember, it's wild game. So just make sure you throw a little extra garlic in there or a little extra whatever. The kids will even love it.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so much fat in it, it's so
we usually
tasty.
get 2 a year, but
Yeah, you
we
know.
didn't get any this year. But my wife won't eat it unless it's in a chili or jerky. She loves
Parmesan, cheese, they put in it now and it helps kill that.
Oh yeah. Some beer though, I've got beer. It didn't even have much of a wild taste to it.
Yes, me too. I don't know what it is. We're going to figure it out by the end of it.
Yeah, and then I've had beer that I didn't even eat it. I was like, frig that, and I gave it away.
The biggest deer I've ever shot was like that.
Yeah.
I gave it to my dog.
Yeah. Hey, you got a big horn, Bill.
And not anymore. Remember, they burned the garage down. I had all of them in it. Every 12 trophies, bro. 12 monsters. They did. I'll help you. I'm a bow hunter. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a call. Give me a call when hunting season comes. I'll take you on a trip. All right. Peace. Come. Sorry about that. I had my family just arrived back home from a 3.5 hour drive, so I had to get the baby and my kids and everything settled and bring stuff in and say hi. I haven't seen them in a couple days, so I'm back at it. And this really bugs the hell out of me that these shelves, I didn't get the right angle. Just drives me nuts. Now I could fix it, like I said, I could take these rears, rip them down to the thickness, and they would be perfectly fine. Get up, come on, get down with the thickness. Get up, come on, get down with the thickness. The thickness of my head. And what you gonna do me? Oh God. Okay. Oh. Dang. That one needs it pretty bad. Should have just used a bevel square. Oh, didn't that bug me? Oh man. Pissed me right off. I can't even believe I did that. Just got going, talking, doing my video, not paying attention. Got all boned up. Trying to teach people and help people. And I forgot about myself. Silly. So I'm grabbing this rear and I'm making sure that that rear side of this arm is perfectly level and flush with that rear horizontal. I'm driving it in so that it stays. Okay, check level. Making sure this is just a hair proud. Tiny bit, nothing crazy. It's just for the weight of whatever products will be there. Kids climbing up it, whatever. can't be in there, bub. No place. Sorry, Bubba. That's Odin. That's my puppy dog. Okay. Give it a center. Pivot point. Break out my level. Make sure she's absolutely perfect. Lovely. The left side. Of course it needs to be cut. Check. A little more. Uh-oh. Okay. Get my level. Make sure I'm staying proud. Okay. We'll cut this. Oh, well, at least they all match. Oh, shoot. Yeah, got a good tight. Yeah, at least they all match. What can I do about it? Absolutely nothing. Well, I could, but I'm not playing that game. I'm getting this job done, guys. It's been a long time coming. should say that, of Nazareth. Christ of Nazareth, please forgive me. I have sinned. I have said thy name in vain. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, gotta pull that slipper. Can't even believe that. Never even seen that before. Silly. Okay. Yay! At least they're all matching. We got our arms. Now, 26 and 3, 26 and a quarter. Let's make sure we're 26 and a quarter. No, sir. 26 and a half. Yeah. Obviously, that's why my angles went off. Love it. Alright. 0 washers, 6 likes. I'm sorry. I'm not sadistic and I don't want to talk about sex and stuff. I just want to do carpentry. So, sorry I'm not talented and entertaining, but I do this to help people if they ever need to understand this stuff. All right. So, got our arms up for our closet. I'm going to go cut my shelves. And I'm going to pull offline and make another video. So, hey Liz, is that you? Hey Colb. Hi. Love you girls. I'm gonna make a video now of this closet build. Love ya. Main man's going to. Ow.